So this is the 11th video of the video series how to solve design aptitude, non-verbal and ability type of questions. And as usual, I am Bhanu here, the person behind Stuff with a blog, and welcome back, brothers, sisters, and everyone out there. In this video, I will be taking very easy kind of questions because in the past few videos I have taken some difficult questions. So I will be touching very easy questions. I am flashing it as usual. So here given this cube in different views, and if you cut this into three cross sections, I mean to make smaller pieces of cubes. So the question is, what will be the how many smaller cubes will have two unique surface, colored surface? That's the question. The next one is going to be this one where given this particular kind of configuration mathematical equation where 1 parallel 2 if is equal to 4 elephant and so on. So how many parallels are equal to 1 elephant? That is what we need to find. So this kind of reasoning question that we will solve. And here is one question on chessboard. I have seen this kind of questions coming, so I have taken this question. So given this configuration, the knight here, so how many steps are required for the knight to reach to this particular position? That is what we need to identify. And another question which is on words, given this particular shape in figure 1, I think we have to identify how many alphabets given in figure 2 will fit this particular configuration. That's what we need to check. So this calls for visual analysis. And something on gear. Okay, given these two gears with rotation, I mean the direction of rotations being given here. So how many tons, I think gear B, how many tons of B should rotate in this direction, so that this arrow, particular red, call it as arrow, and this one will be on the along the same here, I mean on the same gear tooth. That's what I can say. That is one question. And this is another easy question which is on given this visual thing. So which of the options given are part of this given pattern? So that's what we need to identify. So I'll tell some simple hacks like tips on how to quickly come up on the options. So that is why I have taken. And given a pattern like this and a axis kind of axis here, folding axis, which of these options will fit if we fold or unfold this to get this option? That is what this question is. And I think two questions, yeah. And I think this is another thing where given this smile is, what will be the missing part? That is what we need to check. And finally, given this pattern kind of series, I think the question mark is here, which means which alphabet will replace there. That is the question. So that's what we will be taking up in this thing. I think I have 8 or 9 questions. So let me start with the first one as usual. Okay. So before that, just a minute. So the question is, a 12 centimeter cross 12 centimeter cross 12 centimeter wooden cube is painted and its 4 views are shown below. Okay, let me take my weapon, are shown below. Okay, so this cube is sliced into 64 smaller equal sized cubes of size 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter. So earlier it was 12 centimeter by 12 centimeter, which means side is 12, width is 12, and the height is this is also going to be 12. So this is cut into smaller such that the cube size will be 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter, which means if you take 12, right, if this is 12, so if I divide this to 3 equal parts, I mean 3 such that the equal parts is going to be 3 centimeter, we will have 4 sections, right? So this is 3 3 3 3, which is going to be 12. So which means, so in each side, either this is length or width or height, so we need to have 4 cubes arranged. This is the second one. So if this is how, if we cut, how many of these small cubes will have exactly one green face and exactly one orange face? So that's the question. So we need to find a number of cubes which will have exactly one green and one orange face. Okay. So if you see this one, this particular arrangement, if you know, let me remove this, zoom in. Okay. Let's say this view where 3 oranges are visible, and in other options, if you see 3 greens are visible in this direction, which means I would say bottom is going to be green. Okay, so because if a cube, if you check the number of faces of cube, you will have six faces, right? Four on the sides, one on the top, and one on the bottom. So which is going to be 6, right? So if out of the 6 we see 3 as orange, right? So the other 3 is going to be green because they have already given here. So which means whatever the hidden in this particular view, the bottom one, the backside one, and the left side one, right? So they are going to be green. Anyway, that is just for understanding. So if I cut this into parts, let's say if I cut like this, 2 3 4, right? We need to have 1 2 3 4, yes. So like this. Okay, so what is happening is actually let me cut this also. So I hope you understood why four, I mean 3 lines. I am taking 3 lines here, 3 lines here, because so this is total 12, and we need to have cubes of size 3 centimeter. So 3 centimeter, 3 3 3, which means I need to divide this side into four number of equal parts, which is why I have taken 3 lines, so that it will make 4, right? So likewise you will have, okay, 1 2 3 4, right? So sorry, okay, and here also let me leave only. Okay, something like this. So now the thing is, if you see, all these cubes are actually having, let's say if this let me take this particular cube. Okay, it's already arranged. This particular cube, small cube, which is going to look like something like this. The small cube, I am just enlarging it for your easy understanding. Okay, so this side, if you see, is already orange. Okay, so let me fill it. This side is also orange, so let me fill it. So the other one top, which is hidden inside, is going to be colorless. And likewise, if you see the other parts, back, front, I mean the bottom, right, left side, back, and the bottom one, they are also going to be colorless, right? Because they are inside this outer painted surface. Only the outer surface is going to be colored. So here we have 2 oranges, right? So which is not correct, because we need to have two unique colors, which is one orange and one green. Okay, so which means, so whatever the cubes which are having 2 surfaces as orange is not going to come, it's not going to be helpful for us, which means whatever the cubes visible here, different color, these cubes and all, these are not going to help us. I should not mark here because bottom is yellow. Here, if you say, these are all not going to help me, right? Even the top, this, no, not these two. This. In fact, this is going to help us. These are not going to help us. Okay. So straight away what I want to say is any two surface, having same color is not going to help. I mean this side it's not going to help much. Okay, so similarly if you go to the other side, or the back side, left side and bottom, where you have green color, which is nothing but this view. Okay, here also if you take cubes, if you cut this and make cubes, you will only see two same colors, green and green, right? So you won't be seeing two different colors, right? So these are all not helpful. So only thing helpful is the sides where we have one surface interacting with let's say green color, interacting with one surface having orange color. So that's the notion. Okay, so which means something this also something like this one, this side and this side, right? Okay, so which means here if you see, so here is one green and this side it is one orange, so there is possibility, right? So we have possibility here. But if you see here, we don't have possibility. Two sides are of same color and the internal will be going to be all colorless, right? So what we'll do, so we'll identify how many such surfaces are available. So if you see this, so if you see how many how many let's call it, instead of surface, let's call it as corners or edges for the names, edges. Okay, this is going to be one edge. Okay, this is going to be one edge, this is going to be one edge, this is going to be one edge. So 4 this side, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, back this draw in yellow, 10, this one 11, this one 12. So we have 12 corners, right? All around we have 12 corners. Fine. So if you take this, and since one of the configuration is like this, where these particular corners are helpless for us, this 1, 2, 3, actually these are helpless for us, right? So 3 corners given 3 colors are going to be helpless, which means 3 corners are helpless. Same wise, if green are available on 3 sides, another 3 corners are going to be helpless, right? We can't use this in this particular side, and this particular side. Got it? Because they are of same colors, right? So total together I cannot use these 6 corners for I cannot make use of these 6 corners. So out of the 12 corners, only 6 corners are left. So the remaining 6 corners is what going to help us. So to identify how many single colors are available. So to that what I will do, so let me take one such thing, let me take this one. Okay, if I take this, let me copy and keep it a copy in case if that helps. Okay, this is for reference, ignore it. Okay, so if I consider this such kind of surface, so if I identify how many cubes can come here, then automatically I can do into 6 so that I can come up with answer. So that's the easiest way. Okay, so if you see this one particular one, so like I already have drawn here, you can split this into using 3 lines. You can split this into 4 sections, right? 4 cubes, so that it will form 3 by 3 by 3 cubes. I should take. Okay, right? So something like this also, if you go in this direction, it's 3. Cool. So here also let me draw. Okay, here also. Okay, so like I already mentioned, this is not going to help us, because here if you see we have green versus green, right? So you have to ignore this particular edge. So this edge, if you see, along this edge, I have, this. Let me zoom in further. I hope this is clearly visible. So I have one cube here, this one, second cube here, third cube here, fourth cube here along this edge, this particular edge. Okay. So what is happening? If you see one, so it is a common cube sharing between this surface, and this surface, three surfaces, which mean three surfaces will be colored, right? The top one, as you can see, is already green. The left one is green, the right one is let's say orange, right? So it is not our requirement. Our requirement is only one orange and one green. Okay, so we cannot take this corner. That's what I wanted to say. Same wise, let me take different color. Cannot take this corner, red one. Okay, similarly on the other side of this one, so if you see here what is happening, here the front, let's say this one is front, this has orange, the top of it has green, and the one which is behind it, which is not visible from here, will have because three are green here, will have orange here. So two oranges and one green on the top, so which will disqualify the requirement, right? So which means the corners, in short, what I want to say is the corner cubes which are having common, which are sharing commonly, is not going to help with this one and as well as this one. So if you see this one, second one, okay, let me take different view. If you see the second one, one surface, the front surface, call it, has orange, and the top surface is having green, right? And the remaining are inside, which means they are colorless. So this is exactly what we need. This is matching our requirement. Okay, so which means we have one surface here, one cube here. Likewise, the number 3 will also give one more cube because it is also similar to 2, right? These two are similar. So in short, if you take one particular edge, so you will have two cubes which will share one orange and one green surface on their surfaces, right? So that's what. So we have already identified how many edges have this kind of, one side green and one side orange, which is 6, right? So 6 times 2 is going to be our answer, which is 12. So this is the number of cubes out of total cubes is going to be how much? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And likewise in this dash 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So we will be having say 64 cubes total. So out of which only 12 cubes are going to have the the configuration which we require, right? One orange and the other one green, or vice versa, right? So I hope you got this. So you just need to be careful with the corners, the corner cubes which will be having a common share, and you also need to identify which one to skip. Like this we have to skip 3 corners, and same wise we have to skip these 3 corners, right? So I hope you got this. That's why I have taken this question. Let's move to the next question. This might be easy for you, but still, if in case some of you needed explanation, I thought the second question is also easy one. So it says, given the following equation, how many parrots are equal to one elephant, right? Okay, how many parrots are equal to one elephant? That's the question. So one parrot and 2 fishes are equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 elephants. Okay, 2 parrots and 1 elephant are equal to one fish and one parrot. Okay, so what I will do for such kind of questions, for similar kind of questions also, I always follow mathematically one technique, not technique, it's universal I can say. So for such kind of questions also you can just follow, can do the same procedure what I am going to tell. So let's call parrot as P, fish as F, and elephant as E, any other animal, no, right? So let's give terminology like this. Or usually what I do is I usually go by X, Y, and Z. So let me take that way also, which will be easier to for further other solving other problems. So let me call this as X, parrot, fish as Y, and elephant as Z. Okay. So now according to the first, let's call this as equation. What is that they are saying? Let me write in a mathematical form. Okay, that is what I am going to do. Here you have one parrot which is 1 into X, which is X, and which means we have to add it. We have two fishes here, so 2 times Y, 1Y is equal to 1 fish, that's what I have taken. R equal to, which is meant is equal to 4 elephants here. Elephant I have denoted as Z, so let me take 4Z. Okay, you got this right? So elephant I have taken as Z, fish Y, and X as parrot. So given this, one parrot which is X and which is plus 2 fishes which is 2Y are equal, which is equal to Z. Elephant's number of Z is 4, so 4Z. I will call this my first equation. And the second condition they have given is 2 parrots, which is going to be 2 times X, and which is plus 1 elephant which is Z, are equal to 1 fish which is Y, so let me put Y, and which is plus, and 1 parrot which is X, right? So X. So this is going to be my second equation. So that's it. If you have come up, if you are able to derive this equation out of this, then half of your job is done. Okay, so for such kind of questions where you see this kind of variation, you can easily relate to X, Y, Z, or so and so, P, Q, R, S, whatever it is, and then solve this very easily. So that's the logic. So let's move ahead. Let us also see what we need. How many parrots? Parrots is X. How many of them? Let's say I need a K of such parrots. R equal to 1 elephant, 1 into Z, right? So which means how many parrots here? X, number of parrots is equal to Z. So let's call this number as K. So I have written Kx is equal to Z. So my requirement is I need to find the relation between X and Z, right? So let's use this derived equations and see what we can do. Okay, so X plus Y is equal to 4Z. So let me also put this in terms of X, Y, and Z. So I will do one thing. I will take this X to this side because X is already here. We need Y. We have Y here, right? So let me also take Y here. Z is this side, right? So let me take Z this side. That is one way how I do. X plus 2Y is equal to 4Z, right? So 2X, which is this one, X from this side I have taken that side, which is minus X. Okay, Y from this side I have taken this side, which is minus Y, right, is equal to Z from here is going that side, which will change the sign, which is minus Z. Okay, so let me write this again. 2X minus X is X minus Y is equal to minus Z. Okay, let me erase this. So I am just simplifying. 2X minus X is X minus Y minus Z is equal to minus Y is equal to minus Z. So let me write down here again this one, first equation. So X plus 2Y is equal to 4Z, right? So now if you see, this has plus X, this has plus X. So if I deduct both of them, if I do minus, so signs will change, which is this will become minus, this will become minus, because this is plus. So here also it is plus, means it will become minus now. So now x and x gets cancelled. Okay, minus y minus 2y is going to be minus 3y. Okay, minus z minus 4z is going to be minus 5z. Okay, so now minus minus gets cancelled. So y is going to be my 5 by this 3 will get divided by z. So y in terms of z, let's say. Okay, or if you are not, not aware of what is happening here, if you are not, if this is not making sense to you, let me do one thing. So you have x plus 2y is equal to 4z here from the first equation, right? From 1. So let me do one thing. So let us eliminate. Let us do x is equal to 4z minus 2y. Okay, so like that you can write. Okay, x you have written in terms of 4z minus 2y. Now you, in the second equation, instead of wherever the x is available, you just put this thing 4z minus 2y wherever x are available. Okay, so that the equation here will be in terms of z and y only, so that if you simplify that, you will get same thing, this one, both are same. Okay, but wait, let us be more intelligent. So we need the relation between x and z, right? So let us try to eliminate y that way. So let us all ignore this, keep this aside, we don't even need this. Let us be little intelligent, use our brains, and because we need x and z relation only, so let us try to eliminate y, right? So let me do that thing, which will be wiser. So x plus 2y, let me write the first equation, x plus 2y is equal to 4z, right? So if I put y on one side, let's say here 2y is equal to 4z is already here, so the x, this goes and becomes minus x this side. So y is going to be 4 by 2, this 2 will go and come here, so 1 by 2 of 4z minus x, right? So which is 4 by 2, which is 2z minus x by 2, right? So y is this. Now I will use a second equation. I hope you are getting this, which is 2x, which is simplified of form of which is already I have written here, but let me write 2x plus z is equal to y plus x, right? Let me write here. Okay, let me put here z. Okay, so 2x, this x, if it comes this side, minus x is equal to y, minus z, or put you can keep z this side itself, it's okay, plus z is equal to y. I have taken x this side, so which gives to 2x minus x is x plus z is equal to y, right? Now y we have already identified as this one, the 3, right? So I will plug it here, which is x plus z is equal to y. In place of y I will put this, which is 2z, let me do this thing, okay, minus x by 2. I have just replaced y in with this, which we have derived. I hope you got this. Okay, so I will take x to one side, x plus minus x by 2 will become plus x by 2 is equal to 2z plus z, that side is going to be minus z. Okay, so x plus x by 2 is going to be 2 plus 1, 3x by 2, 3x by 2 is going to be 2z minus z is going to be 1z. So which means 1z is equal to 3 by 2 times x. 3 by 2 is nothing but 1.5x is going to be 3. So if you see what the requirement, we need x, kx is equal to z, which is k is going to be our 1.5, which means 1.5 times parrot, is equivalent to 1 elephant. right? So that is what this means, which is odd. I know 1.5 parrot is odd, but still that is what we have to go. So this is what we have done. So what I will just revise it. So I have drawn this equation. I have derived this the equation out of given configuration. Okay, out of which, because we need the relation between x and z, I try to eliminate y instead of doing all this. Okay, so how I eliminated y is in the using first equation. I derived y as something like this, which is this third equation 3. You can also do it with second equation. Any equation, any one equation you can take and use find y and use that y to plug in the other equation, right? So that is what exactly I have done. I find in 3 and plug that in 2, right? If I put that 2, so I will get a relation between x and z, so that will solve our purpose. Okay, so I hope you got this. For such kind of questions, simply take x, y's and just follow the notations as per the given. And if it is and plus or means sometimes or means which is going to be into or something like that, so you can do that, right? Let's move to the next question. This is also simpler one. Let me erase this workout. Okay, so the question is shown below in figure 1 is a layout of a chess. This is figure 1. Okay, chessboard with one knight and several pawns. Okay, this is a knight. I hope you know. So these are pawns. Okay. Given that the knight cannot land on any square that has a pawn, that is obvious. It cannot go and sit on top of some other shape, but can jump over it, which is given here. Okay. The pawns cannot move. Pawns cannot move. That's what they are saying. Okay. And the knight moves on a chessboard as shown in figure 2. Yeah, these are the. I hope you know how a knight moves in a chessboard, which is very basic. I think everyone knows this. So it's basically 3 steps. It takes 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Or let me give some color. 1, 2, 3. Or if you go this way, 1, 2, 3. Okay, or 1, 2, 3. That's all. It can go in any direction like 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3. Right? Or 1, 2, 3. Or no, 1, 2, 3. Anyway, if you see only 3 steps it will move, and important thing is it will not the steps will not be on the same line, which means I should not take 1, 2, 3 here. This one, this is not possible. It has to take one bend. So that is what you need to remember. That's it. I think this is very basic. So now, given this configuration, what is the least number of steps required for the knight to reach square x this point, right? So okay, let us try all the possible ways. That's why I have taken this question. Let's see if we can. We don't need this. Okay, so I have filled it. Let me pull it. Okay, cool. So let me try all the possible ways so that you will be able to. So from here, if I start 3 steps, so either I should go this way or this way, right? Or straight here, which means if I 3 sticks a 1, 2, 3 here it is already pawn, so I cannot go there. The knight cannot go there. So same way, 1, 2, 3 here, the knight, the pawn cannot go there, right? So this is also not possible. So only possibility I can see is 1, 2, 3, which means coming here. You can count this way also, or going this side, 1, 2, 3, which is this here or here. Okay. So if I go, let's say here, So my first step will be here. From here, what I have to do is I have to jump again, which is 1, 2, 3. Pawn is there, so this is not possible. Okay, let me do the 1, 2, 3. Again, pawn is there, which is not possible. I don't have any other option, I guess. 1, 2, 3. Here also pawn is there. So from here, actually, you cannot go any other way. You just have to come back, right? There are no other questions. So actually, going this way is not correct. So let us move the other way, which means I will go 2, 3, which means here, right? So this is going to be my first position. Let me round it. So let's say I'm here. So if let's say I take jump to 1, 2, 3 here, which is possible. So my second step, and from here I can go to 1, 2, 3 here or here. So let me go here 3. So if I go here, and then I can jump to here or here, which is away from my my requirement, right? So let's say if I jump here, then 1, 2, 3. If I go here, okay, then 1, 2, 3. I cannot come here. 1, 2, 3. If I come here, still I am far from this. It seems look like I cannot go reach here in any way if I take this step. Okay, so I will go back little. So from 3, what I do, instead of jumping here as 4, I will jump here. Let's try this. So after I come here, my knight comes here. So I only have 1, 2, 4, 3. This position. Let's say it comes here, which is, let's say, 5. So from here I cannot go here. So let us try this. 1, 2, 3. Let me say it came here, and let us say it came here. Still I am not able to go there. If I come back here 1, 2, 3, I will end up here. So I'll be moving here and here, but you'll never end up here. So that's what I understood. So this is also not possible. 4 is also possible. So which means from here, from 3, going to 3 is useless. So let us do one thing. Let us, instead of going here, let us go here. So I'm just trying all possible ways. So if I go here, right, so I can come here because 1, 2, 3, or I can go 1, 2, 3 here, or I can go 1, 2, 3 here. So I have just seen that going here is useless. It's not helpful because you can see from 2 I have came here 3 and then I moved here, which we found it is not helping us. So here or here is actually not useless. So we will eliminate this option. So we will jump to this one, which is the only available one. Okay, so let's say I have moved to here 4. So now the option is again this one, 1, 2, 3, or this one, or this one. Okay, that's the only possible way. So if I go here, this is usual, which we have already seen, right? Okay, let me eliminate this. If I go here, also it is useless. I have seen already because I will come here. From here to here, I can come here. If I come here, from here, it's going to be useless. Or if I come here, it's again useless. So this is going to be useless again. I'm just showing all possible ways. Just remember that. Likewise, going here is also going to be useless because from here you have to jump here, which is again coming to the same configuration as before. So which means, so from 2 going to 3 or going to this position is going to be useless, which means the step 2 itself is wrong. Wrong in the sense which is useless. So let's do one thing. Let's take other way. So since 2 itself is wrong, what we can do is, okay, let me take this step 2 here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, if I come here, let's think. I can go here. I can come here again where this rulers. I can go here. If I go there, I can come here, here. Okay, this is also seems useless. What do you think? You just think. You also think on this. Let's just try all possible ways. Okay. All right. Let's see this one. Just have a little thought on it. Cool. I thought this is very easy. Still, we need to think some ways. Okay. Yeah. One second. Oops. Okay, I came here too. If I jump here, okay, I think I got this. So what I do is instead of jumping here, which is going to end up here itself. So let me jump here. Okay, which means from one I will go here. Okay, and take 1 2 3 step here. So let me jump here, and from here let me jump here 1 2 3. So which will end up to this here. Earlier I was here, but I'm here right now. So let us try this way. 1 2 3. Okay, if I go here, because I cannot go here or I cannot go here as usual. So if I go here, this is going to be 6, and if I take step again 1 2 3, so this is going to be my 6th step here, and I think I am getting. So from here I take 3 steps more, 1 2 3. So this is going to be my 7th step. Yes, perfect. And from here if I take 1 2 3, I will end up here. This is going to be my 8th steps. So I am needing 8 steps. So I have tried all these ways. I have just thought about all these ways. But literally what is happening is I have to go here, second step, larger. No. Okay, from this is my first step, and from here second step, and from here third step, and from here I have gone here 4. I come back here 5, and the 6th step, 7th, and finally 8. So this is I think this is the best possible number of steps, which is 8, right? I hope you got this. It's clear right now. I have just tried all possible ways. In case you don't have to try this, you can visually think and come up with an answer, right? So let's go to the next question. Let's erase this. Cool. Figure 1 has been constructed by overlapping some alphabets. This one, okay. Assuming the alphabets may be rotated. Okay, it could be rotated. That's what it's not flipped. They haven't mentioned it flipped. So only rotation is possible. Let us go that way. Okay. How many alphabets from figure 2? This one, which is nothing but I can see all the alphabets, 26 alphabets. Cannot be overlapped. Cannot, right? So cannot be overlapped to fit within figure 2. Okay. The question is given this 26 alphabets. How many of these cannot fit here? So since this means there will not be a larger number. So what I will do is I will find the overlapping alphabets, and out of 26 I will deduct this overlapping alphabet, so that I will get non-overlapping instead of checking this. Okay, so I think that makes sense. So let's go check this. Okay. I have to zoom in or what? Okay, let's zoom in. I see this is also easier question. At least that is what I believe. Okay, cool. So let's move. Let's take one by one. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, A needs this slant. What you call this? Okay. This slant thing. No, which is actually not possible here. I cannot draw here, right? So actually A is not possible. Let me erase it. B looks possible because if I check this thing, this routing and all, so it looks like B is actually like this, right? So it sounds possible to me. So I think B is possible. Let me do one thing. This is not clearly visible. Okay, if I zoom this up, probably my line will get bigger. Fine. Okay, this is better. So B is possible. Now let's go to C. C. Yes. Can you spot it? I think I could spot it. So C is actually rotated like this. Okay. Let's say something like this. Sorry. Something like this I can see. So let's say C is also possible. D. I have to go this side. D is straightforward. I think it is clear to me. Hope to you also. So this one. And this gave me an impression that the D can be drawn like this, right? Cool. So D is also possible. That's what I believe. And let us see. E is straight away it is visible. So if I draw until now, it is too long. So let me take till here. It is still possible. This one, and this. So straight away E is possible, right? Let me highlight it. Different color. F is also possible because E is possible. Obviously, F should also be possible. Something like this, right? Okay, let's highlight that also. G. Let's look what is happening with G. You have bend here. You need a bend here. It's a straight line bend. Okay, so I need a bend. If I assume G is like this, so it should come like this, which is not possible. But if I rotate it, so probably if I do rotate at 180 degrees, yeah. So actually, so I can draw like this actually. Okay, so I can utilize this to complete G. So this is a rotated view, which means it is possible, right? So yes, I say G is possible. Straight away H, yes, H is straight away, right? We can straight away see these two and this connectors here. So we can assume the connectors being overlapped here. So H is also possible, right? I hope you are getting this right. 1 second. I hope you are getting this. Okay. Which is also possible. So next one is I. So I straight away looks impossible to me. You can also confirm that because if you see I needs the center line Okay, so there is no central straight line this way. So, or if you consider this way, this width is actually small enough to fill this compared to other one. So this is not possible actually, right? So either the rotation should be either to the 180 degrees or this one, because consider this length, that is important. So I doesn't seem possible. So H is possible, yes, I round it. And same J, if I take J, you know, I need this band, straight line band. Okay. So let's say I have straight line going down. I need a bend. Okay, I get bend. But actually, here it is straight, which is now. So I need to have bend here actually. You can see this bend, right? So I actually need to have something like this bend, then something like this. Then only I can say it is J. So it doesn't seem to fit. So let me check in reverse view. If say it is upside down and you know rotated like this, and here if I take a turn, so actually you know what is happening, let me clear you. So this particular curvature is what is missing in both the directions. Here it is a straight 90 turn, right? But he ideally, if you see here, there should be at least slant surface here, something like this, something like what I am trying to draw right now, like this. You can like this, do this much, that is fine. Yeah, something like this, right? So this curvature is what is missing in this direction also. So in this direction, if I'm in the straight forward, so here you need a curvature which is nothing but this one which is missing, and the same way in the rotated view also. So I think J cannot be fitted, that's what I believe. Let's see K. So if you closely observe K, what is happening? If I zoom in further, so you see here it's sharply turning, right? So here if you see this portion, here there is no space gap here, but here I can see some gap, this gap, right? So which mean this is not possible, because if K have to fit at this line which is here should actually come here. You are getting me, right? So yes, K is not fitting here, that is what I understood. And I think I don't have to explain about L, which is straightforward, which is yes, we can fit it like this, right? Which is clear. M also I don't have to understand, because we need this portion, this particular portion, which is not missing here or here, so which is clear. N also we need this particular central portion which is missing here. Okay, let me erase this, erase. O, if you see, it is bulged here or as well as here. So bulging is visible here, but this side it is straight, which will not qualify O, right? I hope you got this. P, let us see P. Looks possible to me. Let's see. So if I take this as this one, I can actually, yes, I can actually do this, right? So P is possible. That's what I understood. O is similar to, sorry, Q is similar to O, which has two bulges on the other side. Here we have bulge, but this side we don't have bulge, straight line. So let's disqualify it. Okay, let's comes to R. Before that, I need to turn on my power. One second. All right, okay, so let us try R. R looks little feasible to me, but yes, I am as before this thing, yes, as I noted, you see this landing, right, which is quite larger, actually bigger in size, I can say, and this is turned, it's a bent, right, curvature, it's not straight, right, which is clear to me. But if I come here, the landing here looks smaller in proportion to that. Also, this is a straight line. This is a straight line, not a curvature like this. So I think even R cannot be fitted. Where is it? Yes, let's see. Yes needs this curvature, which will, if I assume like this, still, no, I don't think so. No, cross it. T needs the center line. Center line is definitely not possible. Okay, U needs this one bend here as well as one bend here. Let me zoom in if you want. U needs this bend and this bend, right? Here one bend is possible, but here it's a straight turn. Bend is not available, right? Something like this. So yes, we cannot do this. V is also, we need this to be in the center. If I take this as center, the V should come like this, which is not possible. W is like M. We need this, which is missing here as well as here, something like that. So straight away cut it. X is 2 crosses, which is not possible, which is clear. Erase it. Okay, and YZ, right? Y is also not possible. We need this kind of thing in the center, which is not visible here, and one straight line here, which is not visible. Z means you need one diagonal line. Diagonal is not visible in this direction or in this direction, so both are not visible. So yes, so I can only see B, C, D, E, F, G, H, L, and P, right? So that's what, even I is not visible. So that's what I can say. So I hope you were able to follow me. I think this is very simple also. Just have taken this. Let's move ahead. Okay. Oh man, that's a big question. Okay. No matter how much I try, I'm not able to wind this thing in an hour. Okay. So okay, let's see this. Let's take this. I will copy this for reference. Did this more, so I will copy this just. Okay. Let's put it this much. So two gears A and B with red arrows are shown below. Okay, this is A, this is B. Gear A rotates in clockwise. Yes, this is shown. How many complete rotations does the gear B have to make? Okay, gear B have to make for the red arrows to meet. Means the red arrows should lie on the same tooth, I would say. So the question is, how many rotations of B is going to make this one come here? Okay, because this is a point of contact of these two gears right here only. So how many rotations of B is required? So that's the question. Let's try to solve this. So the first thing we need to check is, because B is the turning thing. B is the one which is turning like this. Okay, so which means if B completes one complete rotation like this, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8 tooth. Okay, teeth or tooth, whatever is plural, right? So it has 8 tooth. So which means if let's say if I start from here, turn B to one complete revolution or rotation. Okay, rotation, call it rotation. So what is happening? These 8 tooths are going to move. So so as a principle of gear, the number of tooth being meshed here should also be same, which means, so if this is going to be 1, so this is moving in the opposite direction of this one, right? So if this thing turns in this way, so obviously this should turn this way, right? So which means, if this is turning 1 here, so this is going to be meshing with 1. Okay, so likewise, 2, all right, this is going to be second, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So after one rotation of this particular B gear, so what is happening, the red, this red arrow is going to be here only, but the gear A, this tooth is going to be there, this tooth is going to rotate, and finally come here, this particular portion, which means 7 is going to be here, right? 8 is the last one, which means after turning, because 8 is here, 7 is going to be this, 6, which is this, 7 is going to be here, 6 is this, 5 is this, 4, 3, 2, 1, the fourth one, which means the red dot is going to be, red arrow is going to be here. Okay, so you got this, right? So regardless, what I want to say is, so let's take this as such, let's take this logic. So put mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and let us see when after how many rotations of these two, 8 is going to come here. Sorry, 4, right? So this should come here. That's what we did, right? So after how many rotations, this particular tooth, which is marked as 4 should come here. So that's going to be our requirement. Okay, so that's what we will try to do here. 1 second. Okay, let's move that way. So I have taken this many so that I will mark in every step how it will go. That's what I wanted to. I have taken this thing. So yes, let's move ahead. Okay. So after one rotation, let's say, my 8 is coming here, right? 1 second. Yeah, so 8 is coming here. So which mean this is 8 now. So in the next rotation, what is happening? Or how shall I put it? Yeah, okay, cool. So after one rotation, this tooth is coming here, right? So in the next rotation, after B rotates again, so what is happening? The tooth next to it is going to be 1. You're getting me, right? Because this particular section is right now here after one rotation. Okay, so the this one, the immediately after this is going to be this one. You got this, right? So because this is rotating in this direction. So I hope you understood this. So let's do one thing. Instead of putting this 1, I'll make it simpler. Okay, so instead of calling this 1, so let me call this as 1, 2, this is going to be 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so after this one turn of this thing, so we are actually going to get this particular thing here, right? One step is going down, yes, here. So after this particular number of rotations, so 8 is going to come here. Okay, So now after this particular, after the second right after the second thing starts, I mean the second rotation of B starts, what will happen? So this is going to be next to this is going to be 1, which is this, because 8 is here, like I already mentioned, 8 is already here, and the one next to this one is going to be the first tooth, which is this one right now. I hope you are not confused. Let's see. Okay, so here, so I have to start where this is left, which is here. So now the numbering will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So you got this, right? So now the number has moved to this particular thing, right? Okay, so now you can see, yes. So now the stop is somewhere 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the stop is here now. So now for the next round, the first tooth will be this one, because this is moving in this direction. So let me take different color. Okay, remember this one. So here I should mark this as 1. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and 1 second. Okay, this I have stopped here. Should take this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 5. So I think something is wrong here. Something is wrong. Okay, if I start here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to make this to 8 steps, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then no, for the first step will be yes, correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 will be, this will be there, which is correct. The next step, my 1 will start from here, which is correct. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 has come here, which is here. Perfect. So in the next step, I have to start from here. I have taken from here. Cool. That is a mistake. Okay. So okay. Sorry for the confusion, but actually I have ended here, so I should take from here, right? So this is a tail of 8. So actually I should not start from here. Let me mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just one step behind this. So now I have ended here, which means this particular gear is meshing here after 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 rotations. Okay. After 3 rotations, the gear is meshing here. This particular gear is meshing here. So this particular gear is going to be here. I mean this particular arrow, the red arrow is going to be here, which is still not. We want this to be here. Okay. So let's still further move it. Since we have ended here, so I should start it from 1 from here, right? So let me take this color. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have ended here. So I should start from here as 1 in the next step, which is going to be, I have backups. Yes. So which is going to be, so this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I ended here. So the next one will be here. I should start from here, right? I will put 8 marks. Okay, otherwise it is confusing. So I should start from the bottom. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still one step behind. So I have 100 here. So I should take this as start now. So which means this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? I have 100 here. So I should take this as start, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So I have 100 here. So I should take this as start in the next one. I have backups or not? I don't have backups. Okay, I should have taken this, but still, okay, I'll do that. I hope you are able to follow that. What is I'm trying to do? Little confusing, I know, but still, yeah. Let us copy that. Okay. To take that away. I think this should be enough. Okay. So now I have 100 here. I should start from this one. Right. Yeah. From here I should start. So it is behind this. Did we come across the same configuration earlier? No. Okay. Okay. Okay, actually we have ended here, right? So we should start from here, right? Yes. Okay, so I will take this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So next I have to start from here. So it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and finally 8. Cool, right? So finally after this number of steps, I have ended up having 8. I mean the final number to be here, which means after this number of rotations, this line 8th one, which is going to be here, is having this particular thing. You're getting it right. So actually what we need to do is, so after the number of rotations, this should be the final one. Final in the sense, this should be where the, these two should match. So that's the concept. That's why I have put 8, 8, 8 like that. So in every step I was checking 8. So here right now 8 is this particular arrow, the tooth with this particular arrow has got this number 8, which means this arrow is going to lie here after the next step, like this. So which is what we require. So in short, total, if you see, I started from here, so which is 1, 2, 3, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right, and 9 and 10. So I needed 10 rotations of B to make that happen. So that's what I wanted to tell. I mean, I think this is clear now. I don't know if there is any shortcut method or so, but this is how I would do. Fine, let's go ahead. I hope, though it looks a little confusing, but I hope this is clear right now. Okay, we have 3 more, 4 more. Okay, this is very simple question, So which of the visual elements is a part of the design shown below? The element may be rotated or scaled. Okay, so such kind of questions what I will do. So I usually end up finding some clues out of the given things, right? So like for example, if I check here, you know, this particular straight line is attracting me, right? Which means, so I can see a straight line here, which means I will go in the option, I mean the given pattern, and check where the straight line is lying. So if you see the internal parts, so none of the parts are straight. That is what I can quickly tell you, except for the corners here or here. Here the this color is not lying in this corner. I mean this surface. So we should not check that. So these are the only two corners where the straight line is accessible, right? So which means if I check this one, let me zoom further. This straight corner, this, fine. So if I cross check that actually with let me highlight that also. Okay, if I cross check that with option, I have a straight line here which is correct. Let me remove that. I need a curvature which is this one. The bottom I need this thing which looks similar to this, yes. And if I zoom in, I need this curvature again, which is, yes, looks like this only. So yes, so I think C is what is shown here. Or if you check this side, if you see, so this corner is actually matching with this corner, okay? And this curvature looks like this curvature, and this particular curvature here is, if I remove that, so this one looks like this only. The small bend here is this bend, and whatever the yellow shape here, cutting here, the two cuts is looking like this. So yes, this is suited. So likewise, I will take clues from here. If you see this on this particular one, you have to pipe kind of. This is like pipe. So in the given pattern, I will check where pipes are feasible, which is straightforward to me, which is this one. It looks like this one, yeah, or this one. Let us take this, which is closer to that. Okay. So if you check this, the width of this is bigger, but here it is equivalent to this width, right? So which means if I assume this as this shape, then probably it should fit. Okay, so this cut you can see here, and this curvature here, I take different color. The curvature here is being replicating this one, right? And the cut here is actually replicating this cut, which is nothing but this cut, right? I think yes, this is also fitting. So I go like that. I see all the possible easiest way of checking. Let's check A. Okay, there are no straight lines or something like it. It looks like an internal part, which looks like near to this. Okay, I think this is the one, this one, right? So let me take this. So if you see this one, this particular one, which is representing this one, and if you see this kind of curvature, which is actually wait 1 second, sorry. Actually, this curvature is this one, and this bend is this one, yeah, it looks like that. And this moon kind of curvature is actually this one, yes, now it is fitting. And this straight line is actually this straight line. I hope you are getting. And the remaining curvature, this curvature is actually the connection between these two. Yes, perfect, this is fitting. So I will also take this. So now moving ahead, D. Okay, so let me check that where it is fitting. This looks like a bigger one. Let's see where it fits. Can think of that. Sharp edge. Sharp. I think I got this. So I think this sharp edge makes me feel that this is something, this one. Okay, so let me assume like that. If I assume this to be same as this, then I need to have this one, which is this one, yes, and I need to have this flower cutting, three cuts, which looks like this, three cuts, and finally this one, the bending, which is this. Yes, I think this is also fitting. So all the options are fitting, right? So I hope you got this. This is very straight, I mean very easy question. So I have started with the ones which are easy to me, which are like straight lines or pipes or something which are clearly visible. That's how I go. Let's move to the next question. I hope I have three more questions. Okay, let me end here. We will continue this in the next video. I hope whatever we have discussed until now, some of them are little doubtful, but still I hope it made some sense to you. So let's catch up in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.